Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Guys, I'll be the first to confess that I completely rethought the video I was planning to shoot earlier, one in which we discuss Bitcoin ETF, and ended up changing everything. As soon as I opened my eyes, I weighed all three kinds of goalie garbage. I don't know what's happening, but it's kind of expected. If you skipped the first video earlier today, I think you would enjoy listening to it since, as we discussed, it adds to the story unfolding before our eyes. Please take a moment to listen and comment on it, but XRP is what we're going to discuss in this video. We will discuss the future of XRP. Everyone is so opposed to XRP. XRP will never again achieve its all-time high, instead, it will be outlawed. The fact that it has a legitimate use case and has been adopted globally makes it the sole cryptocurrency of its kind. Still, there are many who delight in tearing it down and mocking it. But before we go into it, I want to tell you something else. This is the story I've been telling for the past few months, and it's possible this is the last time we see him. Institutions are entering the market when businesses enter the market, and the total amount of money invested in cryptocurrency marketplaces has increased to $4 trillion and beyond. When 10, 20, 30, or 40x occurs, you may expect less volatility and fewer pumps. Even though it hurts my feelings to say it, I'm certain that the cryptocurrency market will soon begin to behave more like a traditional market. Many customers are eager to come in and earn their 10x or 15x rewards. The clock is ticking, and that's good news for adoption and growth. We're still in the early stages, but the days of 100,000x's aren't going to pass us by. In this video, we'll discuss the 400 million Ripple Guide XRP key level that we need to hold on to right now, as well as what's next for XRP. Shall we dive in? The entire value of all cryptocurrency markets. 100,000,000,001.655 is the decrease. We were joking around when we mentioned that magnet's $42,904 for 1.75 Bitcoin. The decline is 5.12% during the last day and might use some rest. As for the notion of arriving at 2221, it did touch around the $39,000 range, dropped 6.25%. The USDT style peg and back out mean that the USDT is still $1 and that someone has money sitting on the sidelines. For 57 cents, XRP is down 7.7%. It did rise somewhat. On KuCoin, it appeared that this item dropped to around 44 cents. Earlier, I was mentioning this on my Discord. About 100,000 would have been sold into XRP if I had seen a 44-cent price today. You don't have to take my word for it, just check out the market prices on all the exchanges. I think Bitcoin hit rock bottom when it tapped into the $39,000 range around between $38,000 and $39,000. As far as Kraken is concerned, it's 39, I think 47, 48, 000 is the next stop after this. My best guess as to the outcome of this situation is that ETFs will be met with resistance. At least this time, I don't think ETFs will be successful. However, I believe that as we approach the halving, that is when those ETFs will be approved. It's possible that a combination of one or two ETFs will be announced before the halving, which could lead to Bitcoin reaching $100,000 or more. Either way, one of these patterns will play out, and that is what will initiate the bull run and attract institutional money. As for the crazy part, someone released Bitcoin 400 million liquidity in 2 hours as the main matrix. The matrix port, I've never heard of them, claims it anticipates the SEC rejecting all Bitcoin ETF applications this month. Suppose I ask you why $400 million was sold off in the market, and you say it's because of this matrix sport. The games can now start. This very second, I will inform you. Whatever storyline or justification will satisfy them. If you want an explanation for why prices are falling, I'll offer you one that's easy to understand. There was complete solitude in the mother. Wow, here we are in the new year, and everyone is excited about the upcoming exchange-traded funds, ETFs. Unfortunately, they misled investors into thinking it was free money by promising to follow them through the entire liquidation process. Even my XRP long at 55 cents was liquidated along with all of others. So long. The pain is real. If I was successful in acquiring Bitcoin in the $39,000 range, though, I must now remit the funds. Currently, I am going to sit pretty and write it. Bitcoin is headed to $4,740, trust me. Sure, I'm staring at that right now. Lines forming a box. Listen, we're setting new records every month with our record-breaking pay rates. Well, it appears that we achieve new milestones on a monthly basis. The Lux Lions were hired in December, and we recently paid out their January paychecks. Consider these apples from the new MFTs, the legendary Pride Terror, with a touch of Harry Potter flair. Keep in mind that for every NFT, you receive 30% back in XRP every single month, according to the entire project revenue. You'll need to keep this and the member announcement under wraps. I was mentioning the announcements because they are going to startle everyone. Guess what? All the necessary documentation was finalized today. Are those apples good? By the start of 2024, Bitcoin has risen above $45,000. On January 1st, at 9:13 p.m., this was released from the Blockworks. It was really sturdy, actually. Is it possible to get this rewritten? Do you think it would be more accurate to suggest that Bitcoin prices will fall by double digits in the beginning of 2024? Would you like me to write headlines and titles every day? Or how about that one statistic that seems like institutions are using you as liquidity? Totally insane. Sachs and Goldman, BlackRock and Grayscale are reportedly working on an approved participant project to launch a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, ETF. When we consider financial institutions like Goldman Sachs and BlackRock, we see similarities. Whenever an ETF is released, JP Morgan is aware of it. As I mentioned before, the approval of Jeff will depend on when they make the announcement. I believe that now would be an ideal time for them to deflate the crypto markets and bring everyone I know who is involved in crypto down from their current highs, like, oh my god, Bitcoin is only about 15,000 away from his all-time high. Now that we're up and running, it's anybody's game, which is extremely bullish. I believe this is a huge opportunity to bring everyone back to reality by showing them what's possible and how quickly it can happen. XRP is a cryptocurrency that has 6 major advantages that are supported by blockchain-powered Ripple payments. These include lightning-fast 24/7/365 access, transparency, trust, security, and customer experience. Accordingly, I will put up with numerical Ripple payments. Incredibly cool. If you've ever watched a film involving cats, you've probably heard that small noise in the background, the cats using the automated litter box. According to BMA XRP, the XRP price is a backup piddle crucial support. The price action deviated from a 60-day-old pattern of a short-term summit symmetrical triangle, and the relative strength index for the weekly timeframe indicated no discernible trend. On the other hand, if the timeframe is negative, your response to the 54-cent pet read support region can determine the future price of XRP. For XRP to be relevant, it must remain above 54 cents. I would be overjoyed to see the 59 to 60 cent range again. To the extent that we reclaim the 5,960 cent area before the day's conclusion. This drop will be erased from memory. Between 63 and 64 degrees, you know, we were just floating. If we can get back up to that level, we need to hold at 5,960, as I told you before. 66 cents and 70 cents remain before we can even discuss $1. According to the comments I've seen, XRP isn't going to go much better than its all-time high. If 2020 had come along, XRP would have shattered its all-time high. Considering all the current developments centered around the XRP ledger and the various central banks and remittance companies, it is hard to fathom a world in which the SEC would have chosen to maintain litigation. I take that you don't believe XRP will get $2.80. When this asset finally achieves clarity in US law and regulation, it will be the first of its kind. I have another surprise in store for you. If you believe Solana will be a top 10 currency even when this bull run ends, you would be correct. Are you also about to face any consequences? 3 of the top tokens in the future will be XRP. Once again, XRP will likely challenge Bitcoin. However, I predict that a deluge of false positives and negative press will prevent XRP from displacing Bitcoin. With a stop at CNBC, MS, and NBC on his tour, Brad Garland may even bring it up a notch. Returning Julia Chatterley to his side allows him to discuss met a lot of people who predicted that the SEC would reject all spot Bitcoin ETFs, prompting applicants to file a lawsuit in the District of Columbia Court of Appeals, which would subsequently find that the SEC's decision was arbitrary and capricious. Last but not least, I anticipate numerous approvals on January 10 after the SEC provided every rationale for rejecting the grade scale. Getting into a quarrel is the last thing I want to do. I will express my own opinion, regardless of his. I don't believe we comprehend it. I believe that the approvals will be delayed once more when we approach the have-nots. I mean it. Hang in there, friends, for time always tells. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.